Heat number 2 of the women's 150 metres individual medley in the SM4 class. Again, it's a combined classes here, SM3 and SM4. Olga Sviderska in 3 is the world record holder. But the favourite, Arjola TRIMI, goes in lane number 4 for Italy. There is GABIDULLINA, held at the start there. You do see the difference in starting techniques between the S3s and the S4.
Yeah, and that's the biggest telling sign really, is a lot of them will have such an impairment in their hands that they just don't have the ability to hold onto the block, or if they did manage to hook their hands onto the block, they wouldn't actually be able to get them off when the starting gun went. And even now, once we're away, we can see a different backstroke technique. Some people employ the double arm technique, where your head does submerge under the water at every stroke, but the power that you can get from that double arm pull is a lot more than if you've got poor coordination and you're doing it single arm.
It's the 2 double arm backstrokers in the lead, ahead of one of the single arm backstrokers. That's VERBOVA from Ukraine. He's going to be first into the turn here, 53.70. And Arjola TRIMI looks like she may well be in second, just about in second, ahead of Olga Sviderska. So Sviderska, the world record holder in the SM3 class, but there is VERBOVA on the breaststroke, but it does look like TRIMI has got a stronger breaststroke. Unusual breaststroke there, breathing to the side.
Yeah, a lot of butterfly swimmers tend to do that, to keep themselves flatter in the water. And if you can manage to pull it off without losing the symmetry in your stroke, then that's fine. But if you lose the symmetry in a stroke, then you will get disqualified. And here we can see her pulling it off perfectly, and it's keeping her flat because she doesn't have any use of her legs, so she's trying to minimise the amount of drag that her body position is causing. Very successfully, it would seem, because she's catching up, and we know that she, from previous evenings here, that she's got a great freestyle to rely on down that last 50 metres.
Also a good breaststroke leg from Natalia. GAVRILYUK from Russia coming now, challenging for the lead here. VERBOVA has done a good job to hold on to the breaststroke after a good backstroke leg. GAVRILYUK does take the lead, very slender lead, but watch out for the freestyler of Arjola TRIMI from Italy.
Here she comes. The great high elbows, and she's got such... She will have worked really hard on keeping that body position as flat as she can, as I said, with her breaststroke. And you've got to think a little bit outside the box, because she won't have the ability to train her core muscles, which is what most swimmers would rely on higher up the classification system to make sure that their legs don't drop in the water.
Here she comes. The freestyle has been absolute procession here for Arjola TRIMI. She is just, we keep saying this, she's a great technician, and it's just a pleasure to watch Arjola TRIMI swim in the freestyle events. We saw her be beaten in the sprints by the power athlete, but when you get to the distance like this one, Arjola TRIMI just really comes into her own. She wins it in 3:07.08, and Olga Sviderska following her in lane number 5, also a strong freestyler, 3:12.72, and it's a new world record for the SM3 class for Olga Sviderska in lane number 5, and a great swim from the Ukrainian swimmer in 5.
Absolutely, and it's always a bonus when you get a world record in a morning swim, and she will definitely have been pulled along by the fact that she's having to swim upper class with the more able swimmers.
Yeah, it is a combined event, so that maybe benefited Olga Sviderska there, just chasing Arjola TRIMI. Sviderska wasn't really in the picture until she came to the freestyle, but the freestyle leg, again, a great freestyler, Sviderska, and she got in 3:12.72. Massive world record for Sviderska in her classification.
There's your winner, though, Arjola TRIMI, and the thing with these combined events is actually it doesn't matter. There's no point system. She will be the first in the world, so she will be going in fastest for this evening.
Olga Sviderska. Well, she'll be quite happy when she sees that time. In 3:12.72, she would be absolutely delighted. But as you say, Liz, it's just one medal on offer for this one. It's first past the post here. It's unfortunate for Olga Sviderska. She has to swim up against the higher classification.
This is the breaststroke again, and I think it's such an interesting stroke, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more people in the lower classifications starting to adopt this, because it definitely makes her body position better and gives her the energy and the efficiency to then turn onto the freestyle and just pull away like we can see in this shot.
We quite often see that at the major championship, don't we? You see one of the swimmers with a certain disability just come along and do something a little bit different, and some of the coaches from the other countries say that, so, oh, I might try that. There is the final result for Heat 2 of the women's 150 metres individual medley SM4. Arjola TRIMI wins the heat, but it's a world record in the SM3 class for Olga Sviderska of Ukraine.